dealing with your personal emotion to operate under God's ordinance. The weakness of most men on earth is in their emotion. And until we have the ability to deal with our emotion, we cannot operate under God's ordinance. Now, what is ordinance? Ordinance, in one simple word, ordinance is a law that regulates and guides a particular people concerning a thing. Ordinance is a law. When I say God's ordinance, I'm talking about the law of God that guides some particular blessings around the throne of God or around the altar of God.
Numbers 15:15.
Numbers 15:15.
One ordinance shall be for you.
One ordinance shall be for you.
Of the assembly.
And
for the stranger.
Who
dwells with you. An ordinance forever. Throughout your generation. As you are. So shall the stranger
be to the Lord. It is not all God's blessings, all God's promises as a child of God you should get from prayer and fasting. You should find out things ordinance should give to you. There are blessings of God that you can't get through fasting and prayer. You must get it through ordinance. Ordinance means getting it through the law of God. Now, if you are believing God for a particular blessing, instead of struggling to fast and pray and wait for, have you found out the law that guides that blessing? If you obey the ordinance, the law that guides that blessing, you don't need to struggle and pray for that blessing to come. Every blessings of God, every promises of God has an ordinance that guides them. Somebody is not hearing me. Child of God, what did God promise you this year? Instead of spending time to go and declare 14 days and 14 nights fasting to pray, find out the law that guides that blessing. Obey that law. That blessing will follow the principle of that ordinance to come to you. Every blessing of God has a principle. It follows to come to men.